Part 1. The World Before Democracy, Before Athens. Most of the world was ruled by kings, emperors, or tyrants. Power was inherited, and questioning authority could cost you your life. But Greece was different. It wasn't one single empire. It was a collection of independent city-states, each with its own government, army, and culture. Among them stood Athens, a city bursting with trade, art, and restless minds who wanted something new, a way for ordinary citizens to have a voice. Part 2. The birth of democracy. The word democracy comes from two Greek words, demos, meaning the people, and kratos, meaning power. So literally, power of the people. In the 5th century BCE, under the leadership of Cleisthenes, Athens created a revolutionary system. Citizens could gather in the ecclesia, the public assembly, to debate and vote on laws themselves. There were no kings or parliaments, just citizens deciding their own future. It was loud, chaotic, and imperfect, but it was the first step toward the democracy we know today. Athens flourished. Art, science, and culture reached new heights. They built the Parthenon, celebrated the Olympic Games, and valued something truly radical, free speech. Part 3. The limits of Athenian freedom. But this freedom had limits. Only male citizens could participate. Women, slaves, and foreigners had no political rights. So, while Athens gave birth to democracy, it was far from equal. Yet, the idea that government should belong to its people, that citizens have the right to question and choose, was a spark that would burn for millennia. Part 4. The rise of philosophy. As political debates filled the city, another revolution was brewing, a revolution of the mind. The Greeks began to ask, what is justice? What is truth? What makes a good life? This was the birth of philosophy, the love of wisdom. Socrates, a poor stonemason, became its first great teacher. He never wrote a word, but his method changed the world. He would ask endless questions, challenging assumptions, until truth revealed itself. To many, he was a genius. To others, a troublemaker. Eventually, the city he helped enlighten put him on trial, accused of corrupting the youth. He was sentenced to death, and calmly drank poison hemlock, choosing to die for his beliefs. Part 5. Plato and Aristotle, building the foundation of Western thought. Socrates' death inspired his student, Plato, to write and preserve his teacher's ideas. In his work, The Republic, Plato imagined a perfect society ruled by philosopher kings, leaders guided by wisdom, not wealth or birth. Plato then founded the Academy, the first true university in Western history. Among his students was Aristotle, a brilliant thinker who studied everything from politics and ethics to biology and physics. He believed knowledge came from observing the natural world, and his ideas shaped science for centuries. Aristotle even tutored a young prince named Alexander, who would later be known as Alexander the Great, spreading Greek ideas across the known world. Part 6. The legacy of Greek thought. The Greek experiment in democracy eventually fell. Athens was conquered, and empires rose again. But the ideas survived. Centuries later, when thinkers in Europe built modern democracies, they looked back to Athens for inspiration. When scientists and philosophers sought truth through reason and evidence, they walked in the footsteps of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Part 7. Reflection. Ancient Greece was not perfect. Its democracy was limited, its society unequal. But from its stones and debates, humanity learned something priceless, that power can belong to the people, that truth can be questioned, and that the pursuit of wisdom never truly ends. The voices of Athens may have faded, but their questions still echo in every classroom, every parliament, and every mind that dares to think freely.